Hey YouTube, jgreen302. It's been a busy day, but I want to stop and take a few minutes to do another miscellaneous. I'll label it whatever it is, 3 or 4, whatever. Couple quick notes. Today I had to go and pay the electric bill, which has been consolidated by the town, so that you're forced to go through them to pay for your electric instead of to the electric company, so that they can skim as much profit as they can, another line of income. That's why they took all the serve and protect off the police cars, because they're not there to serve and protect. They're simply there to write tickets because they're lines of revenue. What did I see posted on the board? The water testing output. And bromium and fluoride are clearly posted for all to see. There is poison in your water. Here's the test results. And damn, look, there's the poison. If y'all haven't done so, one of the things that I have done is I went and got a big Berkey. And I've got it set up so that when I cook, when I make a pot of coffee, when I'm doing any kind of food prep, I run the filtered water so that I am not sitting there consuming the goddamn poison. I'll give you another good thought. If every town, every city, every municipality, every state is having financial budgetary issues, if there's 40,000 people in your town, what is the cost per person on the filtering really like for the water that you're getting? And I would add to that, what could you do that would be better? And in my case, I've got Sirius filters plus fluoride filters. So when I purify that water, the price per me for filtration is exceptionally high compared to what the city's doing. My water's better. I just thought I'd point that out because fluoride is what they gave the Jews in the Nazi concentration camp in their water to keep them docile. It's like watching TV. It'll make you stupid. Drinking water will make you docile. You might want to think about that. So I thought I'd mention that since I saw that today, and that's what prompted the video. Quite pleased that every time I take a sip, I know there's no fluoride in it. Tastes better, too. What else? Okay. Miscellaneous. So let's talk about a few miscellaneous things. I've been quiet for a little while. I've actually been doing a little test. Hygiene. Spoke of this before. Spent some time thinking about it on a daily basis. And I was using like soft soap. And I'd go in, take a shower, and use soft soap. Well, soft soap won't be around, and it's not that storable, and I didn't like it. So I went back to old school bars of soap, and I got one. And I used it. And I worked it out that a bar of soap, within reason, if you're showering every day, should last you about a month. So if you want hygiene for a year, and this is the assumption that you're bathing every day, it's 12 bars per person for that little convenience. 12 bars of soap, folks. 12 bars of soap, and I actually stopped and did something about it. I bought 20 for $8 and some change at Sam's Club. So for $5, maybe $6, I guaranteed myself a year of bathing. Bars of soap. They sit in these wrappers. They're highly storable. They last forever. If you buy it and nothing happens 20 years from now, it's still a bar of soap. And as long as your house isn't flooded, you always have a bar of soap. And considering what soft soap costs, needless to say, I think I have at least 30 bars of soap now stored up. I'm not going back to soft soap. The price to shower and be clean just went down. And that frees up more money to do a whole bunch of other things. It's a bar a month per person. Nice little storing tip. What else? Aspirin. You know how hard this stuff is to find? Aspirin, analgesic. It's one of the most fantastic medicines out there. Pain reliever, good for thinning the blood for people with heart conditions, fever reducer, you name it. This is a wonder drug. And I was looking around, and I don't have the one around, but I noticed that you can get Tylenol, or you can get all these other capsules and all this other crap that seems to cost a lot of money, but you can't find aspirin. I finally went to a dollar store and found freaking aspirin. That's how hard. And I started thinking about it, and let me tell you why you can't find it. There's no patent. Pharmaceutical companies can't make money. So what happened? The aspirins disappeared, and all the shit that the pharmaceuticals make money on, because they have a patent, is on the shelves. Starting to see the little problem here. But for me, I'd rather have aspirin. So I've been going around, and every time I finally find one of these gems, I pick up at least 2 bottles. And these will be my... This is how I'm going to manage. Now, you can do Tylenol and all, but aspirin's actually very cheap. So if you're getting a pain reliever, you're getting a blood thinner, you're getting a fever reducer for a lot cheaper, and you're going to be getting some anyway to store up, why not get aspirin? Why pay the pharmaceuticals? Thought I'd mention that. Let's see. What else? Bic lighters. I've been averaging about 4 a week, and I'm going to... Matter of fact, I think I ordered a 50-pack of these today. Everybody talks about, you need a fire flint, you need this, and you need that. You know what? For $1.20 a pop, for an amazing amount of ignitions, you can't beat these. I think Amazon has a 50-pack for $42 and some change. You can stop and pick these things up for $1.20 to $1.80 at the gas stations. But I tend to like to have 2 in every bag, every car, everywhere. So I thought I would mention that. I can tell you for a fact that there's a lot of lights in here. Call me crazy, but I seem to use them a lot. So when I speak of them, I speak from experience. I had bought a 5-pack at Walmart, I think 2 years ago. And apparently, I finally killed 2 of them 3 or 4 days ago, which is why I kind of started thinking down this whole road. Once I started thinking, I thought about it as much as I could in all aspects, and that's why I'm putting this in my tip. I'll have 50 of these puppies, and I'll have them spread in every med kit, everything I've got, because the weight, the size, everything, and the value is pretty much indispensable should bad things happen. As long as you take care of it like anything, they'll last forever. So I thought I'd mention that. Next tip. This one is an interesting one, and it's an important one. Should things go bad, you're in your house, it's 2 in the morning, the economy's gone bad, or there's desperate people out there, and pretty much it's a free-for-all. You're probably, and this is a probability, I'm not trying to alarm anybody, but there's a good chance that you're going to have to defend your house. Now, that's kind of par with the course in a lot of the things that we talk about. Well, it is and it isn't. Here's my point. You're going to want to get a good many sets of these. These are the NATO version, which you put this end in, and it just blocks sound. You put this end, it's a mechanical. So you can hold a conversation, you can hear as normal, but if there's a sharp crack, it closes the gate and protects your ears. Well, yeah, we all know what these are. What's your point? Well, here it comes. Very simple. You might, when things go bad, you want to make a habit of wearing them. I'm not saying wear them all the time, but whenever you think that there's a probability that you're going to have a problem, you better have some in. And here's why. If you're in a 12 by 12 room or in a hallway and you discharge a 45, you're only going to hear the first discharge. You won't hear anything else. You might hear thumps, but you're not going to hear a damn thing after that because it's too much noise and too confined an area. Now, if I blow your hearing out and you can't hear for a damn week or 2 weeks, how are you going to hear the next intruder? If I blind you, how are you going to protect yourself? If I take away your hearing, you only have 5 senses. If you do not protect them and you do not think about these things, and trust me, I do, and there's some in every single bag I've got, these are critical. Because if you can't hear the problem, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to see them before you hear them. And if you can't hear, you can't defend. And if you can't defend, put your fucking guns away, lay down, and just, well, pull it out and shoot yourself. Because you're stupid. I hate to say it that way, guys, because it shouldn't be rude like that. But one stupid mistake, just one, and it can get you killed. When the shit gets serious, you got to pay attention. Thought I'd bring that one up, and I made sure I've got a couple. Now, the only other thing I can think about today, and I'm going to put this at the end of this update, is if you haven't gotten one, get a food saver. With the Mylar bags that vacuum seal all your food, you can make your own MREs, vacuum seal them. You can make your own med kits, vacuum seal them. And if you get one, and they're expensive, they're like $120, and the bags are not cheap either. But if you eat that initial investment, if you make one more change, as in get a freezer and start buying in bulk and spend the time to vacuum seal from bulk purchases, things like buying a 50-pack of lighter, the money that you'll save will cover some of your prepping costs. The only thing I can give you an example of is it's been a busy day, but for lunch, instead of sitting down and, going out to McDonald's, what I did is I went out yesterday and I got 6 racks of ribs, and I sat down like a butcher. I cut everything up. I vacuum sealed everything, and I put a little small rack in the oven, which in about an hour I'll be able to go eat. I bring this up because I'm eating slow-cooked ribs for about $2.30 a lunch. Now, if you want to do it for dinner, that's fine. Because I have a freezer and a vacuum seal and I buy in bulk, I'm getting ribs at like $2.20 a pound because I'm buying in bulk, and I could actually drop that down if I had more freezer space. But instead of going to McDonald's and instead of going out to dinners, I buy in bulk and I pretty much use the food saver. And this frees up a lot of money to pick up things like Bic lighters, ear protection, candle wax, aspirin, all this other stuff. My income hasn't changed, but my ability to do more with that income has. And my only thinking I can tell you is that anytime there's something of convenience, you pay more. Bulk and sitting down and the time to cut all the ribs up, form all the bags, seal everything up, it takes time. Most people don't want to spend the time to do it, and that's why they're not saving the money. Anytime you're doing more work, that means somebody else is not getting paid to do the work, which means the cost goes down. That's the bottom line. And I've watched in the last couple of months, I've seen people spend stupid money because they're lazy. Anything that looks like work, go after it. You'll save money. It's that simple. I'm not going to explain the circumstances of how I understand how all this is, but it seems that the more I have to do work to get everything set up, the more money I seem to save. One last thought, and I forgot this one. Notice it says strike anywhere. Try finding these. It took me a month to figure out where to find these damn things. and it was in a small, little, local hardware store that is privately owned. And finally, I found them, and I bought a whole bunch of them because you can't find these anymore. If things go bad, Strike Anywhere matches are priceless because they strike anywhere. You can't find these. If you know how to melt wax, you can make them weatherproof, but you need the Strike Anywhere. And I'm telling you, these Strike Anywheres are fantastic. If you can find them, jump on them. It took a long time to find. How ironic, something that important, just like aspirin, have kind of disappeared. Nobody noticed. Look for them. Those are my tips. Those are my updates. Thanks for listening. I appreciate all the comments. Thank you, everybody. As I find out more, I'll share that information with you. Otherwise, y'all have a great day.